Hey, this is East Forest at South by Southwest with the AU Review.
Well, I guess to kick off, how's the Austin experience been for you so far?
Well, good. It's been good, but it's been busy. We're coming from Portland and Oregon, and it's a long drive to get here, so it's always quite a whirlwind landing in the middle of this.
How long does it take to get here?
41 hours.
Wow.
I toured on the way, but nonetheless, I did a lot of it. A lot of that was I was playing solo gigs, so it's just me driving. So it's pretty intense.
Yeah, I reckon. So I suppose you could have used those shows to channel whatever you were dealing with on your own on the road. So that would have been a good opportunity to vent a little bit.
Yeah.
So bringing your music to South by, how were you anticipating this festival, because it is so big and there are so many different sorts of musicians and performers here?
I think one of the big challenges in that I was thinking about is that the music that I make with East Forest is a lot about space and silence and nature sounds, and so I think it's good medicine for this experience. For a lot of people are yearning maybe for that, but it's also takes a lot of focus energy to kind of present that amidst all the hi-hats going on and the bands and the drums. And we had a good showcase last night, and they put us in a really nice venue that was kind of a theater. So it was nice. People could sit down and really chill out. It was at the Hideout on Congress. Yeah.
Because I was just walking down 6th Street this morning, and you've got so many different types of music just blaring out into the street. It can often be, I can imagine how hard it would be as a performer trying to just make your sound kind of rise up above everything else that's happening.
Yeah, I don't want to compete. I just want to do my thing and let that speak for itself, and just join the chorus, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So I guess in terms of 2014, we're hurtling through it already. We're almost a bit of the way through March anyway. Can you tell us a bit about what you're working on at the moment and where people can be seeing you pop up?
Well, we kind of got some touring stuff going on. We're going to be playing a festival called Lightning in a Bottle, which is a festival in Southern California that we're excited about. We got a date in June in New York City that we're looking forward to. And then doing some live work for a dance company that does all their stuff as aerial, and they rig it in the trees.
Yeah, right.
So we got some different things cooking right now.
It's such an interesting concept. Coming from a performance background myself anyway, marrying such music with movement or visuals. Using this as an example, how much would you say that visuals play in terms of the way you perform and the way you compose?
Well, I'm mostly inspired by a lot of experiences in nature, which is a visual element, and a lot of it for me was taking those sounds and how does the sound carry the feeling of that experience I had in the wild. But I also think with a lot of instrumental music or music that has an instrumental basis, a lot of times visuals work really well with it to add visual experiences to it. So I think having something like a dance company that you're playing with is a great match. It's a logical fit.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. And I suppose with instrumental music as well, there's such a wide spectrum of influence, and there are so many things to be taking in all the time. You say that you're influenced by nature. Is there anything specifically, or is it just does it come really organically with whatever you're doing?
East Forest started from my experiences that I was having in nature, where I was just having I think all of us have a certain time when we hear wind going through leaves at a certain moment, or the sound of water in a stream in a mountain or something, and it touches you in a way that's ineffable. We can't really say what it is, but it's an emotional response that's something we share together, and that's universal. And something about the sound of that, the music of those sounds, I wanted to integrate into music and to touch people in that soul way, in that infinite way. So for me, it always just started about my own experiences that I had in nature. And we're in such a digitized world, and everything's speeding up every year, and we don't know where it's going. And so I really wanted to capture that essence of the wild and what is still wild in this world, and where are those wilderness areas, and how can I bring a bit of that wild to the ears of the urbanites?
Well, I mean, it's just been so interesting to research your music, research like the origins of your music in terms of where it kind of fits in within the wider South by program. And I'm just really looking forward to seeing what comes next over the next 6 to 12 months, and hopefully we might see you down our way.
I would love to. I mean, I have an artist that I admire and I follow that's somewhat in a similar vein. Her name's Zoe Keating, and she plays looping cello, and she's a kind of a one-woman situation. And she recently did a short tour throughout Australia, about a week or two.
Cool.
So I think it's possible. It's just about meeting the right people. I've gotten a few emails from people from your parts, and I know there's a little interest, so I think we're close to being able to make it happen.
Awesome. Well, hopefully sooner rather than later.
Oh, God willing, huh? Yeah.
Hopefully. Thank you so much for your time, and enjoy the rest of South by.
Awesome. You too.